Hey guys, Nathaniel here with another LEGO set review. This is General Grievous' Starfighter, set 75286. And before I get into this LEGO set, I picked it up at Andy's Brick Shop, a place I mentioned in one of my other videos, as a place where you can pick up any LEGO pieces that you want that you don't know how to get your hands on other ways. You can often get them there. You can also buy many different LEGO sets there. And sometimes when you buy something, you might get a little added bonus. So when I got this set, because it was above a certain price, I was allowed to spin a wheel by the checkout, and depending on what the wheel landed on, I could get a different thing. So the wheel landed on this minifigure. This is a character from the Marvel universe. I'm not entirely sure what he's called. I know he is a minion of Thanos. There are thousands of these guys. The main place I know of these guys being seen is in Infinity War during the huge battle in Wakanda. And now to get on with the actual LEGO set. This set, General Grievous' Starfighter, comes with 3 characters. We have General Grievous. We also have Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we have an airborne clone trooper. General Grievous comes in fewer sets than I think. When I think of General Grievous, I think, oh yeah, he's been in several sets. He's actually been in very few, compared to what I think. He's not that common of a character to get in LEGO. Obi-Wan Kenobi is very common. However, this version is rare, might even be unique to this set at this point. I'm not entirely sure of that. But you can see on his Jedi robes there are small marks that look like little bits of his robes have been burned or scorched, which indicates that he has been to Mustafar, which, story-wise, that happens after all scenes involving the ship in Revenge of the Sith, but it is neat to have that minifigure as opposed to just the generic Obi-Wan Kenobi that you would expect to get with this LEGO set. Also, he is carrying a blaster pistol, which that's a neat little touch that isn't seen on the box. I didn't see it in any images of the set I had seen, so I was mildly surprised at first. But it does make sense because Obi-Wan did defeat General Grievous with a blaster, so it makes sense to include that aspect of this set in this set. The Airborne Clone Trooper is, I think, a unique minifigure to this set. A very similar minifigure called the Clone Paratrooper was in a battle pack several years ago. And one major difference that I know between the two minifigures, this one, both of his arms are white, versus the Clone Paratrooper from the battle pack had one orange arm and one white arm, and there might be other small printing differences as well. Now, this ship I think is very cool. It definitely has been a while since we've had a LEGO set of this, so I was very excited to see that it was getting remade. This little fin back here pivots down or out, so it's out in landing mode. That way the ship is down like this, not standing up, and it's down like that so that the pilot has easier access to the cockpit, which slides forward in one very good sliding motion, very smooth on this, which I think that is done very well. That just slides forward smoothly. It's not hinged. It's not, you just have to take the cockpit off. It slides forward, and that's something I hadn't seen on other LEGO sets much. And it's movie accurate in that respect. And in flight, this goes down. It looks much like a rudder. However, I don't think that's its purpose. I think it's purely aesthetic, because a rudder would be completely pointless in space. A spaceship would not need that for steering. One small design that I very much like on this is these little striped lines in here. It's a pretty small design feature, but it still stands out very sharply against the gray of the majority of the ship, and I think it looks very cool, very good. On both sides here, we have a little opening compartment where you can store General Grievous's lightsabers while he's in the cockpit. And these compartments can be a little difficult to close when the lightsabers are in. You just need to move them around a little, adjust their position to find just the right spot for it to close. It can sometimes take a little bit, but it's not ever a huge deal. The ship also has two stud shooters for laser cannons right here. And stud shooters, at first when I had stud shooters, I really did not like them. I'm still not a huge fan of them because I feel like studs are so easy to lose, and I'm always afraid of that, so I try to avoid firing stud shooters. I do think it's kind of a cool play feature to include, so I kind of have mixed feelings because I don't want to risk ever losing any studs, but at the same time, it is a fun little extra way to simulate battle. And down here we have a spring-loaded dart, which kind of same thing, although now I very much enjoy spring-loaded darts. As you can see, pushing right here will fire the dart. Originally, I did not like spring-loaded darts at all because I kept setting them off accidentally every single time. I've gotten much better about that since then, and I think that they're a very fun feature. The darts aren't easy to lose because they're fairly long. Still not impossible to lose one, but it's harder to lose the darts than it is a stud, so in that respect, I prefer the dart launchers over the stud shooters. This set, I feel like, could be a little overpriced at $80, and I think part of that is the minifigures are more rare, and that's often something that increases the price dramatically. And I know a lot of people wanted to see a Phase 2 Commander Cody minifigure, which I think that would have been a really cool figure to include. I'm honestly a little surprised that there is no Phase 2 Commander Cody minifigure. There's a Phase 1, but Commander Cody, I always think of him in Revenge of the Sith, not in the Clone Wars animated series. And even for half of that series, he was in the Phase 2 Clone Trooper armor. So it is a little surprising that we don't have that in LEGO, other than the buildable figure, Commander Cody. This set also isn't super big. It's not the smallest set ever. It's significantly larger than the first set that I did a review on, if you've seen that video. However, it's not amazingly huge, so you shouldn't have too much trouble finding a spot for it. I think it's a very good set. It looks really good. It has good features, good characters. I really like it. Hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching.